what do you think are Trump's main motivations from engaging in talks with Putin after Ukraine, about Ukraine, sir?
Okay, well, it's needed. First of all, it was one of his, campaign promises, and second, it's needed at the global arena. Russia cannot stay out of the geopolitical market, the energy market, and it's better for the United States to find sort of concession with Russia, just to avoid Russia keep getting closer to China. The biggest issue for the new administration concerning the economy, concerning like global influence is China. So it's better for the United States to start closing all the open files so they can concentrate on China later on.
Okay, Professor Conne, how do you assess the current state of U.S.-Russia relations in light of these discussions, sir?
تحياتي للجميع.
To you and everyone, in my opinion, the level of relations between Washington and Moscow is in the lowest state historically. We're now facing a geopolitical conflict that is complicated with the transition of power in the U.S. From a democratic to a republican regime, with an intention or desire to reach a political solution or political settlement in Ukraine, but we cannot see any clear indicators or schemes or plans that can be beneficial or strategic to end the conflict in Ukraine. And secondly, going back to normal, usual relations between the United States of America and Russia, which means one of the most serious through. We're now facing the threatening peace and security concepts due to the tensions in the Washington-Moscow relations. So far, the dialogues has not led to nowhere. Even this political dialogue that has been promised for more than 1 year, but so far we have not seen anything positive on the ground. We can say that these hopes came in the way of the promises of Trump during his election campaign are now facing the reality, which it's not about Trump or Biden when it comes to Ukraine. It is the main goal of the United States and the security system, as well as the Russian national security system. That's why the low level of relations today, that we hopeful that we see substantial solutions to settle the relations between Russia and America and reaching a settlement for the international system.
Perfect, sir. Professor Musmar, how might Trump's approach be different from previous U.S. administrations in dealing with Russia, of course, in light of Trump's claims when he was in his campaign, of course, when he said, "I'll end this war in 24 hours"?
Okay, well, at the beginning of this war, I said this war is not going to end off like a winner at the ground. It's going to be a negotiation table. That's what I said from the beginning. And I said something else. I said the victim of this war is Europe. So basically, there is a difference between the diplomatic election speech and the actual.
Sir, which country specifically in Europe are you targeting, or are you discussing in your context, sir?
Okay, well, yeah, if you allow me to explain. So basically, there is a big difference between political election speech and there is an actual agreement that happens on the ground. This subject is very just, being expressed over, the news and media outlets. The dimensions started like, number one, as an example, the dimension of NATO. Second, the economical dimension for Europe in between Russia and the United States. The gas market, how it's going to be split. We know, like from the beginning, Trump was against the German pipe, and now the United States trying to explore their energy. So who's going to split that market? How are they going to split that market? We know Russia has more market in Asia. United States maybe will take the biggest piece of cake from Europe for that market. The Greenland and the influence of that North line that Russia and China start to get interested in it. So the negotiation is not going to be over like the subject of just finishing the war. They're going to discuss many other things that is going to happen after that. What's going to happen to Ukraine from the umbrella of the economy, rebuilding, restructuring? Is it going to be part of the European Union, as an example? How far or how long can Ukraine wait before maybe apply for a NATO membership or maybe future in alignment somehow with the West? Will Russia market and economy and oil business is going to be all the way away from the influence of the economical market? How is that going to affect the energy prices and the relationship between China and the United States? Which is better to the United States, to align China and Russia together, or gain Russia back again somehow in a geopolitical, diplomatic, economical deal away from China? Because the main influence now, it's the business, the market, more than just the political dry arena that we're gonna say we're gonna do this and that. There is like a composition of many factors that works together.
Okay, Professor Kana, how have other countries, like European countries, reacted to Trump's discussions with Putin, and are there any notable responses?
Regarding the EU system, we have seen for a long time there is a lot of contradictions in how to handle Russia in the light of the current crisis. Today, the European elites are concerned and fear the Trump administration and what he intends to do regarding the Russian-Ukrainian crisis. We have seen a lot of tensions in the European inside, and I mean Eastern Europe, Western Europe, sorry, and the economy crisis, the energy crisis, and the most important issue, which is the social political level. There is the right wing is escalating and polarizing more than ever before. And for the previous experiences and expertise, we have seen the European giving into the US decisions, and especially when it comes to the security equation. There is a lot of strategic mistakes committed by Europe and the European Union, and today they are facing a dilemma of how to get out of this conflict. In my opinion, there is a desire to end this conflict because it has been very costly, and Ukraine is now a burden to Europe. But also getting out with a common desire with the United States is the well at the moment. But Trump is going with the US individually to accomplish a certain achievement or a political settlement in Ukraine, which inevitably will be on the account of Ukraine and the European system as well. We have listened a couple of days ago that there will be a new war with the European Union, increasing the tariffs in the middle of the economic situation that the European region is going through. So these contradictions and tensions is evident today between the political European elites. But in reality, there must be a unified strategy or kind of support